All right, people, week 8 kicked off last night, and we've got a solid slate of games this Sunday. We're going to hit on a bunch of games quickly. Quick hits, quick. Quick is the key word. Quick. You're going to tell me what you have your eye on for each matchup.
Quick.
I love you, too. All right, and we start with the Cardinals at Panthers rematch of the NFC Championship game. 3-3-1 Cardinals at the 1-5 Panthers. Stephen A., what will you be looking for in this matchup?
I'm looking at the performance of Cam Newton, whether or not he's going to be able to do something. But more importantly, I'm going to be looking at Carolina's secondary. I have no faith in them whatsoever. They show up, they win this game.
Got it right the first time. This is about Cam Newton, this game. Can he save this season? Even if you don't make the playoffs, some kind of sense of respectability. You're 1-5. How bad is this thing going to get? Cam has to stop the bleeding right now.
Kelvin Benjamin, watching him too. Packers taking on Falcons, team that they have beaten 4 straight times, including the playoffs, and scored 40 points in those 2 matchups. Max,
Yep.
what you got?
Packers are missing there. Forget about their running backs. Their corners. Julio Jones is going to go bananas in this game.
He might, but Aaron Rodgers might too, because Atlanta's defense is suspect, has been since Quinn arrived. He's improving, but they still got a ways to go. I want to see what Aaron Rodgers does in this game.
All right. The Redskins travel to London for the first time in the regular season to take on the Bengals. Stephen A., what are you watching here? This one's interesting.
I'm watching to see if the Redskins going to win. I mean, after all the noise they made about me, after all the noise this nation's capital made about me for going off on them a couple of weeks ago, I expect them to show up and make liars out of me, even though I had expectations for them. We'll see if they win. Just win.
I kind of feel the same way as I do about the Panthers. They're not in as dire straits, but Andy Dalton, after kind of a slow start for the team, Andy Dalton's been ticking up. Can he continue it? I expect the answer is yes. I think Dalton's going to wind up the season with a good year.
How about the Silver and Black? They're trying to win their 5th straight game on the road when they take on the Bucs. What are you going to be looking for in this one, Matt?
Everyone's a year too early on the Raiders. Everyone wants to be first. We all recognize what's happening with Carr and Amari Cooper in the offense, but they've won a lot of close games. They have a terrible defense. Everyone's a year too early here. They'll probably win this game. But, slow down on the Raiders bandwagon. Next year is the time to jump on.
You are in first place in the AFC West, and you're going into a game playing Tampa Bay, who's 3-3. Enough said. Win the damn game.
The Colts have won 6 of the last 7 meetings against the Chiefs, including the playoffs. Stephen A.?
I look at the efficient Kansas City Chiefs. I could see them walking up in there and handling their business against the Colts. Colts are obviously better at home, playing in the dome. We understand that. But Andy Reid's got these guys playing good football. If they can run the football effectively against Indianapolis, I think the Chiefs should win this game.
As you know, Andrew Luck is my pick for MVP. I think he's had an MVP caliber season so far, keeping a terrible team in the thick of it, albeit in a bad division. But we all knew that going in. Chiefs are an excellent team. I think Andrew Luck figures it out at home and wins this game.
If you want to jump off that pick, we'll allow it.
He's a top like half-dozen player in the league this year.
I'm sorry,
did she say quick? Jimmy Graham returns to New Orleans. Drew Brees said this is going to be weird for the first time since he was traded from the Seahawks in March of 2015. Stephen A., what are you watching?
You know, it's going to be real interesting. I want to see what the Seahawks defense does against Drew Brees. We know that the Saints can score, but we know their defense is suspect. I know Seattle's has some troubles, but I want to see what the Seattle defense does to neutralize Drew Brees. I expect them to win the game, but I want to see how decisive the victory is.
I expect the Saints to win because they have a great defense in Seattle. We all know, one of the best in football. Drew Brees is just a beast at home. He's just a beast. And the problem is right now, not the defense for Seattle, obviously. Russell Wilson's so banged up, they can't score points. And you can't win the game if you can't score points. I like the Saints to beat the Seahawks at home.
This one's kind of sneaky good. Jets at Browns. Is this the week the Browns finally get a W? What are you watching for, Max?
Look, if they're going to get one, this is a good week to do it, and I still think the Jets are going to win this game. I thought the Browns might win a half-dozen games this year, but they don't have their quarterback or their best wideout, so I don't see it. I like the Jets.
I don't have a problem picking the Browns to win this game, win their first game of the year. Hugh Jackson's got them playing tough. They're battling, and on top of it all Ryan Fitzpatrick has is Brandon Marshall. Matt Forte hasn't been great. Eric Decker is out. If there's a game that the Browns could win, it should be this.
Yeah. If there's one, I don't know if there is.
I'm so proud of you guys. Not once did I have our producer Steph in my ear saying, Molly, go to break, go to break. You guys got through all of it. Good job. So impressed. Coming up next, President Obama made some picks for the NBA Finals and the Super Bowl. Will he go out on a limb or play it safe? Please stay tuned for this. Hilarious next. right, people, week 8 kicked off last night, and we've got a solid slate of games this Sunday. We're going to hit on a bunch of games quickly. Quick hits, quick. Quick is the key word. Quick. You're going to tell me what you have your eye on for each